Alright, so we're trying to find y equals x minus b squared, and we have to plug in all these for b. And so for the first one, for 0, right here, we did y equals x minus 0 squared. So what you do is we did the box method, and since you have this 2 here, you're doing that 2 times. So you're putting it here and you're putting it here. And so x times x is x squared. X times negative 0 is negative 0x. Once again, negative 0x. And then 0 times 0 is 0. So these aren't, we don't need these because they're all 0. So all we're left with is this guy right here. So y equals x squared. Next, what you want to do is you want to find the axis of symmetry. So you do negative b over 2a. And we're using the formula ax squared plus bx plus c. So for b, 0, because we don't have a b, and then over 2, and then 1, because it's 1x. So our solution is 0 over 2, which is 0, because you can't divide 0 by 2. So x equals 0. Now you have to plug in x for the original problem. So we did y equals 0 squared, and that equals y equals 0. So our vertex is 0, because that's y, or x. So 0 goes here. This is x and y, and then 0 is right here. Now, to find the y-intercept, so we're the 2 points on the parabola that make the parabola, we have to do, you put in the problem, and you pick any number for x, and you plug it into the problem to get any number for y. And then you solve it on the graph. So for this one, what we did is the step 1 was the axis of symmetry, which is 0. And then we did step 2, which is the vertex, which is 0, 0. We found x and y. And then the y-intercept, we found the 2 points, which were 1, which is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And that's our parabola right there. And so we finished 0. Now we're going to do 1. So down here we have the problem, y equals x minus 1 squared. We're going to write it out here again. So x and x squared minus 1x, and 1. So we're going to write out the problem. These two are the same, so we're going to add those together. So x squared minus 2x plus 1. So we're going to find the y-intercept now, or the axis of symmetry now. And we're using this formula again. So negative, because it's already a negative, and we have a negative here. So we have to plug in the 2 negatives, which equal positive, because we have an imaginary 1 there, over 2, 1, which is 2 over 2, and 2 times 2, or 2 divided by 2 is 1. So x equals 1. And then we're going to plug that in for x in the original problem over here. So y equals 1 squared minus 2, 1 plus 1, which is going to equal 0 because these two cancel that 2 out. So it's going to be 0. So our vertex, we found x up here, which is 1, and then we found y right here, which is 0. Now we have to find the y-intercept. So we're just going to plug in any number for x and plug it in for the original problem to get 1. So on our graph, we found the axis of symmetry, which is 1. Then we're going to add the vertex in there, which is 1, 0. And then we're going to do the y-intercept, which we went up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Now we're going to do number 3, and we did 1, so now we're going to do number 2. So we're going to do x, we're going to just plug it in for the same problem. We're going to box it out like usual. These two add together, so we got our problem. And then we're going to find our axis of symmetry up here using the same problem. Plug it in, 2 negatives, because we already have a negative. And to solve it, we get 2. And then you want to plug that in for x in the original problem, and we get 2, 0. And then you want to find the y-intercept, so we're just going to plug any number in for x, which was 0, and solve that. We got 4. So on the graph here, we've got the axis of symmetry, which is 2. We got the vertex, which is 2, 0. And then we got the y-intercept, which is up 4 over 1. And then we're going to do the last problem, which is 3. So we got the original problem. We plugged it in for b. We did the box method. These two add together, and we got x squared minus 6x plus 9. Then you're going to want to plug it in for the axis of symmetry. And we got the two negatives here again. And then our x equals 3. Y equals 3 squared. And we got our problem here. You want to plug in x for 3 for x in the original problem. And we get 3, 0. And then we want to find the y-intercept, so we plug in any number for x, plug it into the original problem, and we got 9. So on our graph here, we got the axis of symmetry, which is 3, point of vertex, which is 3, 0, and then we got our points, which is 9 over 1. So our constant trend is, we're going to go 0 over 1 over 2 over 3. And so that's what you get when you plug in all these numbers for B. And it's going to look like that.